A retro racing report from Ascot Park in Gardena. This is Thursday, November 25th, 1971. It's a national championship midget race. Notice they don't call it Turkey Night. We'll get to that as this video goes on. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. In the meantime, notice here in the caption for the picture, we have J.C. Agajanian in the middle. He's sitting there between Jimmy Carruthers and Billy Vukovic. In the caption, it says they're seeking their first Turkey Night victory. This is the first time the words Turkey Night appear in the Thanksgiving Grand Prix program. There is no real story inside the program. There is, however, two things that became a bit of a tradition. One is the portraits for all the winners. The second is a whole list of trivia related to the Thanksgiving Grand Prix. This particular version from 1971 by Ronnie Allen. Tonight marks the 31st running of the annual Thanksgiving Night Midget Auto Racing Grand Prix, a Southland tradition since 1934, when the first such event was held at the famous Gilmore Stadium in Hollywood. Earl B. Gilmore pioneered midget racing in Southern California, and in 1934 built the first specially constructed track for the small cars. Located at the corners of Beverly and Fairfax in Hollywood, racing was held every Thursday night on the quarter-mile clay oval. They wanted a major race to climax the season, so the first Grand Prix was run on Thanksgiving night in 1934. The race was run for 75 laps and was won by the king of early-day midget racing, the late Bob Swanson. He was driving the second Offenhauser midget ever to be built. The race was lengthened to 100 laps in 1935, and Pat Warren led from start to finish. After the checkers, officials set Warren back one position for cutting the corners on the hard, slick track. This moved Ted Sizemore in Lou Wilson's specially built bathtub into the winner's circle. The clean white Phantoms of Ronnie Householder dominated the 36 and 37 Grand Prix. Both years, Sam Hanks was second, while Indy winner Lou Schneider ran third both times. Bob Swanson returned to the winner's circle in 1938, this time driving for Harry Stevens. Sam Hanks was second for the third year in a row, the best Grand Prix finishes of his career. Mel Hansen drove the Rex Mays-Offie to a win in 1939. Roy Russing drove another Mays-Offie to a win in 1940 and triumphed again in 41 driving the same car, but now owned by Buddy Martinson of Denver. World War II was hardly over when Danny Poison Oaks captured the 1945 Grand Prix, abbreviated to 75 laps, because of the lack of racing fuel and tires after a 4-year layoff. Harry Grimm won the 46th race, this time back to 100 laps, driving the Balch Offie. Fog kept the 1947 Grand Prix race from being run on Thanksgiving night. It was reset for a Sunday afternoon, and the track turned out to be hard and slick. Johnny McDowell captured the 150-lapper in the black Jimmy James Offie. Billy Vukovic drove Frank Gerhardt's Offie to a win in the 1948 GP, beating out Walt Faulkner and King Carl Young. Harry Grimm wheeled his own Offie to a win in 49, with Vukovic second and Norm Hochkamp third. The final Gilmore Grand Prix was held in 1950, and Bill Zering led all the way in the Casale Offie. He beat out Bobby Ball, Grimm, Alan Heath, and Bullet Joe Garson. Well, Gilmore was torn down in 1951 to make for CBS Television City, and thus an era in racing passed from the sports scene. Well, after several abortive attempts were made to run the race at Culver City and Carroll Speedway, J.C. Agajanian revived the classic in 1955 at the new Gardena Stadium, quarter-mile dirt track located at 139th and Western, a track sometimes referred to as Western Speedway. The 1950 Indianapolis 500 winner, Johnny Parsons, notched his first Grand Prix win with the revival in 1955. He drove the Frank Gerhardt Offie to victory over Johnny Boyd, Jimmy Reese, and Roger Ward. Edgar Elder scored in 1956 with the Margarian Offie. Little George Amick wielded the Guidi Offie to victory in 57. In 1958, a Monza-style race was held, featuring 3 separate 50-lap main events, with the winner being picked on a point basis. Bullet Joe Garson made the best record and won in the Casale Offie. The final race at Gardena was run in 1959, with Tony Bettenhausen winning over Roger Ward and Dempsey Wilson. Aggie moved the race to Ascot Park's half-mile clay oval in 1960, where it has remained ever since. A.J. Foyt went back-to-back wins in 60 and 61, driving the Jack London Offie. Billy Cantrell gave London his 3rd straight win when he captured it in 62. USAC newcomer Mel Kenyon won the 63 race, then went on to win 3 USAC National Midget Driving Championships. Parnelli Jones steered the Marv Edwards Offie to victory in 1964, and he looked to be a sure winner in 65, well, until his right front wheel came off and he went flipping into the 3rd turn. Jones climbed out unhurt, and another USAC newcomer, Dick Adkins, won the race over Bob Wendt and Tommy Kopp. Well, Parnelli bounced back in 1966 and soundly defeated the 24-car field. He was 2 laps ahead of second-place finisher Billy Vukovic and third-place Johnny Morehouse. Gary Bettenhausen became the first son of a former winner to score a Grand Prix victory when he took the 1967 event over Bruce Walkup and Mike McGreevy. Sam Sessions won the last 150-lap Grand Prix in 1968, with Vukovic second and Mel Kenyon third. For 1969, it decided to shorten the race from 150 laps to 100. During recent years, the final 50 laps had become a mechanical nightmare, with the leaders dropping out by the wayside during the final laps. With the distance cut to 100 laps, George Benson came up to win the victory in Ollie Johnson's slick Offie. Benson had had mechanical trouble the 2 previous years and missed the race both times. So last year, in 1970, Gary Bettenhausen was the whole show. Gary wheeled his own Chevy 2 powered car and won by a lap over Rick Gowdy, Les Scott, Tom Bigelow, and Jimmy Carruthers. Gary's win in the Chevy 2 was the first non-Offie triumph since 1935 and ended a long reign. The only Offie in the first 5 was Gowdy's Cumberworth Offie, a view of things to come. This year you'll find only a few Offies in the lineup. Chevy 2s and Sesco Chevys have become the rule of USAC midget racing. One of the best Offies left is Jack London's number 4X machine with Tommy S. Stone driving. If you're an Offie fan, they'll be carrying your colors. Leonard Foss Sr. has put a turbocharged Offie in his 97 car and will try to stop the stock blocks this way. Howard Lynn has brought another new stock block to the coast, a 1/2 Ford, also built by Sesco. This may be the engine of the future, who knows? Well, unlike past years, the 1971 USAC Midget Championship won't be decided here tonight. 21-year-old Danny Carruthers wrapped up the championship last month at Phoenix, and tonight would have been Danny's finest hour, but unfortunately he won't be racing as he was fatally injured in a crash at the Corona Raceway last month. Danny had the finest rookie year in USAC history and won't be forgotten by his many fans and friends. Also missing tonight is 1969 USAC National Midget Champion Bob Tattersall of Streator, Illinois. Bob passed away last month after a long battle with cancer. Tat never won the Grand Prix, but it wasn't for lack of trying. He was leading one year in Howard Lynn's Black Jewel, only to have trouble and drop out with the race in the bag. Their fellow drivers, car owners, mechanics, and fans may pause tonight to think of them. They both were among the best liked in the business. Well, that's it for the story inside the program this time around. Mind you again, this is the 1971 National Championship Midget Races, the Grand Prix. Notice what happens for the 32nd running. Turkey Night. This is 1972, and the very first time the event has the title of Turkey Night. Now, nowhere in this program does it say Turkey Night, except on the cover. And this year, we're running the 83rd Turkey Night Grand Prix. Be sure to like, subscribe, put your comments down below, and share this video.